All right, now the body of work, your team. You know, who's what's returning, and will that group? Well, the fact that you've got a healthy point guard to start the season with, you got P back.
Amen to that.
And as we all know, two positions that are hard to replace on anybody's team. It doesn't matter on what level, or whether it's men's or women's. Point guard that can drive it, and a center that can put it all together, get a post play. But you got a point guard to start with. Just talk about having that young lady back in uniform.
Well, I mean, as you alluded to, Jerry, I mean, and I said the entire year last year, she's our heart and soul. I mean, Porsche's, to me, I'm biased for obvious reasons, but I mean, she's as good of a point guard as there is in the country. And now that she's back and she's healthy, we're just going to be so much more, versatile in so many ways. She does what a point guard is supposed to do first and foremost, and that's make everybody else around her better. And she also has the athleticism and the instinctability as a point guard to distribute the basketball and knows who to get it to and when to give it to them. Obviously, we have so many new faces. We have to continue to do our due diligence and our work to get our chemistry built, more so. But, as of right now, again, on paper, with her coming back, having Tasha Tubbs coming back as well, got hurt in the first half of the Georgetown game. I feel good about, having the somewhat experience. You can't replace experience. And the one thing that we didn't have a year ago, that we had 2 years ago, to where I think we'll be back more so this year, is experience. And, also with, Taryn Alford, she was only a freshman last year, but, was a rebounding machine, had 21 rebounds in one game. Very excited about that. I think that to play the way we really want to play, you've got to be able to rebound the basketball, get it out quick, and push the ball down the floor. And I think that we'll be certainly, much more suited to play that way. I think without question, when you bring the talents of a Jessica Palmer, and Alicia Smith, Bianca Winslow, Marsha Amerson, I think that's pretty stellar. They're all freshmen. They're going to have to grow up. They're going to have to learn fast, and that's much more the perimeter scenario. Although Marsha can play, that 3-4 spot, and then obviously, Tyler and Taylor, Gilbert. When you get 6'1", 6'2", long, athletic, run the floor, that puts us in a win-win situation. So, again, lots to develop, lots to learn, but as I kind of alluded to before, that's the tools, that's the skill sets that we have that we didn't have a year ago. Then when you bring in the junior college transfers of Yasmin Thompson, 6'2", long, athletic, rebounds like nobody's business, runs the floor incredibly well, can certainly score right now with her back to the basket, closer to the basket, and we'll have to develop, that 12, 15-foot jump shot, which those are things that, you can obviously coach and you can teach. I can't teach. In 24 years, I've never been able to teach or coach a kid to grab the rim. And those are the intangibles that we're talking about. Tiana Campbell, All-American Junior College kid from New Mexico Junior College, again, 5'10", 5'11", slasher, incredibly athletic. So, again, a nice piece to the puzzle. And then you bring in a Marissa Ashton that set out all last year, transfer from Texas Tech. She's been there, done that. She has the experience. And then obviously we'll have Destiny Tejada, transfer from Houston Baptist, that I coached her freshman year, and then we were able to get back over here at Christmas. She'll have to sit out the first 8 games or so, but then after that, she'll be ready to roll. And again, she's that 5'11", incredibly athletic kid. Her skill set's as good as it's ever been, better than it's ever been. She's stepping out, knocking down threes, and that's obviously how we want to try to play at times, where we got that maybe a little bit undersized post player, but makes up for it athletically, stop in transition in the trail position, be able to knock down the three, and always be a threat from that perimeter. So I think that's all we can ask for. I think when you put everything and you see everything on paper, and then you put it physically on the floor, then I feel really good about obviously what we've done and how we've done it, and where we're headed. I think the foundation is really solid.
I'm gonna ask this question: with coaching changes, head coaching change at Texas Southern, now HBU is fixing to move into a conference situation starting next season. All these teams now are pretty much, now in Rice staying in Conference USA. Everybody's now in Division I, but everybody will move into a good conference, women's basketball wise. Just talk about the coaching changes since, and make it kind of quick and brief.
Mm-hmm.
Since you've moved over from HBU to here, with Cooper coming back to coach at Texas Southern. Just talk about the changes in all the coaching here, college coaching here in the Houston area. So where the changes have been done to upgrade women's basketball according to the talent that's here.
I think it's phenomenal. I think that is a great analogy by you, assessment. I think Coach Cooper, she's a legend. I mean, that's a simple fact. I mean, she's a legend. She won 4 world championships here with Coach Chancellor and in the Comets. She's an icon, and somebody that we obviously have a lot of respect for and a lot of love for in the city of Houston. And she's done very well everywhere she's been. She's won. She's got it done, and I don't think that will ever change. I think certainly, right here, basically 3 miles down the road and over a fence or two, I mean, she's going to get it done. I have no question that she'll get it done. I think she brings nothing but positive back to the city of Houston, and certainly an excitement to talk about, for women's basketball in the city of Houston. I think Coach Wilson, at Prairie View, obviously, she helped Coach Coop, get it going there, and she's taken it, and made it her own as well. I think at times they're arguably as good as anybody within a 100-mile radius. Then you go right up the road, and I'll even throw Coach Gary Blair and Texas A&M in that, with them moving to the SEC. They've already got a national championship under their belt. So I think that, I think Coach Greg Williams does a phenomenal job at Rice. I think that without question, he's a tremendous coach, a great friend. We're going to continue that rivalry. We've already got that right now on paper, that we're going to do everything in our power to keep that rivalry going. I think it's certainly good for us. It's certainly good for them, and most importantly, it's good for the city of Houston. I think HBU is in a, they're in that flow of transitioning still, but I think that obviously they have a lot to look forward to.
Well, Coach, it's been good talking to you. I'm glad the summer went well, but now that school has started, like I mentioned earlier, we're all waiting. We're all waiting. And reintroduce yourself, and we'll close out.
Todd Buchanan, University of Houston Women's Basketball.
And this is Jerry Lee Woodley Jr. with the College Sports Report here on the campus of the University of Houston.